Hi, I'm Jory, and in this video, I will be talking about the Divine Feminine, where the Divine Feminine is right now in her energy. So, I'm just going to get right into it because I'm feeling very inspired to speak on this subject. So, Divine Feminine is in a place in her life where she is embodying both this energy of being at peace within herself, accepting things, and really finding that inner source of self-empowerment. At the same time, Divine Feminine is acting in this space of going for it, going for the dreams, her soul's deepest passions and dreams. Specifically, if this Divine Feminine was holding back and not moving forward with, let's say, love interest and who she knows she is interested in and the life she knows she wants to live, and essentially how she wants her life to look. She realizes she has this power to create that, to realize that because she is in alignment with her soul in this way. She has clarity. She is clear on what she needs, what she wants, what she desires, and really emphasizing this desire because Divine Feminines are not really encouraged to go after their deepest desires. Desire is always taught to be a bad thing. Passion for women, passion for Divine Feminine, for feminine females, for females in general, is things that are seen as sinful for some reason. And Divine Feminine may have been around energies that held these kind of limiting beliefs, and she herself and may have fed into those kind of belief systems, but not now. Not now. This Divine Feminine has stepped out of, it's like she quit everything that she never resonated with deep in her soul, and this has created an entirely different energy within her that is taking her over completely. And this energy is not a foreign energy. She's realizing that this energy has been her all along. This has been her energy this whole time. And this is the beginning of who she's becoming, and not only who she's becoming, but who she's always been. This empress, this high priestess, this queen, this ruler of her own life, the one that governs her own life, one who takes the risks. And even if she's a little nervous, She's not letting nerves be the reason or anything else be the reason why she won't choose this path that is her heart, essentially, that is her soul. Because that's her only satisfaction at this point. She is incredibly numbed by the reality that she once led. She is completely grown out of any type of indoctrination, any type of mistaking herself as someone she's not, as a mold that society wants her to be in. Divine Feminine is in her feminist era, period. It's like she is in her feminist era to the point where she is leading the revolution, whether that be within her or within the world somehow. And if she is having an inner revolution, you can bet that the revolution is also exuding out of her and influencing the collective and the collective energy. Her voice is her voice. Her voice is her action. Her voice is what leads her, what guides her. Her soul is what leads her, what guides her. She says one thing one time, and that's that. This is the energy this divine feminine is in. This divine feminine is in the energy of the mother. And I feel that the divine people really don't get this. People who don't perceive this divine, may not perceive this divine feminine as being in her power because of the illusions, because of ideas that other people have of what power should look like. But this divine feminine knows within herself who she is and is unmoving in her taking action and moving toward the love that is in her life, that is manifesting in her life, that is so abundant in her life, because there is no other choice for her that she wants to. There is no other reality for her than the reality that she chooses for herself that serves her highest good. She is in. Yesterday I pulled the Justice card, and I am seeing that in my mind right now, and I'm going to speak on this energy. This Justice card really is symbolizing this divine feminine's inner putting her foot down, in a sense. Like, really though, because I feel like before this has been an energy she's found herself stepping into. She felt this energy be as who she was becoming. Now this energy is her. She is existing as who she always dreamed that she would be. And now she has to make the choices aligned with that. And so she is taking action. And that's big, because I said in the previous video that I will be posting today. These two videos will be up on the same day. I said that the divine feminine is always described as being the inactive, just the creative, intuitive force, but the one who doesn't take action. When really, if the Tao is the great mother, and the Tao allows and shapes, does both those things, then the divine feminine is both embodying what we call feminine and masculine energy, no matter if what she is called is the divine feminine, she is whole within herself. And if she is in union with another divine feminine, another feminine, creative, intuitive energy, that energy is also whole within themselves. And this idea that these energies are somehow not complete within themselves is really an injustice. And this is a part of why this justice card is coming back up, because I feel the divine feminine is in is in a space that a lot of divine feminines have not imagined for themselves, because of the culture that says the feminine has to be dependent on somebody else, that they can't make decisions on their own, that they can't lead their life on their own, which is something that this divine feminine is not only someone who is evidence of that not being true. She is someone who is shaping even further what a divine feminine can be, because she is doing things she has never seen done by a divine feminine, that she is inspired from within herself, from within a space of spirit, being in tune with and accepting herself as everything she is, everything, even the mistakes she makes. She is not giving up. She's not giving up in the pursuit of her own desires, her soul desires. She's not giving up in the pursuit of going after love, if that is what she desires. She is not giving up the pursuit of going after her passions. She's not giving up on the pursuit of going after her dreams, and her dreams and she is constantly reshaping and re-identifying and reforming and re-becoming and recalibrating and redefining herself, because that's what she is allowed to do. She does not have to be stagnant, and that's not what a divine feminine energy is in the first place. This divine feminine is truly being all that she can imagine, and her imagination is the thing in her life that is creating all of this and bringing it into the reality. And that's her power. Her power is she is so powerful. She can do anything. And this is why people want to tame the divine feminine. This is why people don't want the divine feminine to lead her own life, because the divine feminine is changing things. The divine feminine will destroy and rebuild and make better. When the divine feminine leads, it's helpful for everybody involved, because the divine feminine is the one who governs the universe. The divine feminine is the source of creation. So by trying to indoctrinate the divine feminine with doubt and fear is a tactic to control the whole world, to control the population, because the divine feminine in power leads and the whole world follows. The whole world follows the will of the divine feminine. The whole world follows the soul of the divine feminine. The whole world follows the vision, the heart, the passion, the action. The whole world follows the example of the divine feminine subconsciously, and if not consciously, definitely subconsciously, because even as the divine feminine is so ridiculed, so deprived of freedom, she is still on top. And that's where she will remain, because that is her natural place. And you cannot defeat nature when nature is the essence of all life. The divine feminine is not backing down here. And let that be heard. Let that be. The divine feminine is shouting on the mountaintops, because nothing matters. Nothing matters but the voice. What she decides matters. Nothing matters but her voice, but her art, but her song, but her nature. Because she is Mother Earth. She is the universe. She is life. She is the breath. She is God. She is the creator. She is source. She is that darkness into darkness that leads into light. She is everything. She makes up everything. She is the body of the whole world. And so on every scale, people try to what is the word I'm looking for? They try to cage her. They try to tie her up, restrain her, because this is a mental restraint. It's really to teach the mind to teach the divine feminine to restrain herself, that she is this animal to be restrained, because a divine feminine is truly the master, the roaring lion, the leader, the one making the impact. This is why throughout history, women who speak up, women who do what they are guided not by the world and people, but by themselves, when they act with their own inner vision, they are dangerous. They are shunned. They are ridiculed. They are put into a box and tried. People try them because the illusion of their bodies not being the quote unquote strong is another trick of the mind, because her power does not have to be visible. Her power is, though it is visible, her power is not like the collective is taught that physicality is where the emphasis should be, where things can be seen is the emphasis, and this is also talked about in the Tao. We put emphasis on these senses, so the physicality of women, they don't have as much physical muscle as a man, as a male, and so they're automatically lesser than. They are incapable of surviving on their own. Like, all of that is our ideas that are fed to the divine feminine to keep her from tapping into her power that is unstoppable, unmovable, untouchable, because no one is like her. No one is like divine feminine. No one is like divine feminine, yet the whole world is the divine feminine. The whole universe is the divine feminine. The whole multiverse is the divine feminine. And people cannot stand a woman, a divine feminine, a female in a position of power, because the whole collective is taught that women shouldn't be in power. But this is only because when a divine feminine is in a position to take action, they are going to take action towards, if being led by their spirit, is going to do what's in harmony with nature. And this means the destruction of corporations, the destruction of industry, the destruction of everything that we know and believe is power, because that's not power. That's not power. The things that need humans' energy in order to remain empowered and energized is not the source of the power. The humans are, and the humans come from the Great Mother. The humans are born of the Mother. Therefore, the power, the source, comes from Mother Earth. And that spirit is within divine feminine. And this divine feminine energy I am channeling into this divine feminine in her spiritual journey. Me speaking in this video am in a place of really being being unmoved by the constraints, the illusion of constraint, the illusion of control, the illusion of fear, because I have in my life experience, I have understood that everything is within my creative, intuitive wisdom to shape and morph and mold to what suits me, because that's my power. That's my mysticality. And so another card that's also coming up is the Queen of Swords. I'm thinking about the Queen of Swords because I'm thinking about a woman who is in a place where she can protect herself, whether that be through setting boundaries or physically and actively cutting down any force against her, because the illusion that she is not strong is just an illusion. She is strong and she is soft, and she knows when to be what. And that is another strength. That is another attribute she has that a lot of people don't have. Especially those who are entitled and imbued with the idea that they have power over divine feminine. Divine Feminine is just not having it. This is a message to you, Divine Feminine, if you're listening to this. To you know, you knew who you were before anybody else told you you weren't who you were. So you go ahead and you keep going. You keep going. And whatever they say, they gon' say. What you gonna do, you're going to do. Who you wanna be, you're being. What you wanna exist as, you're gonna exist as that. What you desire, that's what you're gonna get. What you choose, that's what you're gonna get. Your passions, they're manifesting. Your dreams, they're manifesting. The divine love in your life is yours. You have everything you could possibly want and ask for. Everything is falling into place, and you are rising above it all. Love to you. So much love to you. My soul, my love, my heart, love to you. You know who you are. Love to you. Ground yourself. Breathe in, breathe out. Know things are in your favor, and nothing's going to change that.